Welcome to Retro Scale Modelling. For my next build, I'm building this Revell kit for Vasa. The scale is 1 to 150. So in part 1 here, it's just an introduction to the kit and what's in the box. So let's have a look at what's in the box. So first of all, we've got the two main sprues, and that's for the hull. The moulding's quite nice on it. All the injection marks are inside the hull, so there's nothing to worry about on the outside. There's some ridge detail there, so it's going to make it easier for painting to guide my brush. Next sprue, we have some lifeboats there, and the back of the shape of the hull, and also the stand. Next we have the deck here, and some of the masts. On this sprue we have the more masts as well as the mounts for the cannons. And it's the same for the next sprue as well. Here on these two little sprues we have the cannons themselves and various other little bits and pieces. On these two we have the shrouds. Sometimes I use these, sometimes I don't, depending on the quality of them. The last ship I built, the quality was really good, so I'll look closely at these before I decide whether I'm going to use them or not. And then we have more cannons and all the little pieces of furniture that go on around the deck and masts. Next we have the actual sails. Now I hardly ever use these. I personally don't like them, but for a beginner there's actually nothing wrong with using them. But I think a fabric sail is a lot better. It does come with a small decal sheet. That's just the nameplates. You can see the printed paper flags there, and of course some thread for rigging. Now these things are all perfectly fine to use in the kit. I just tend to use my own stuff. It's just what I prefer to do. However, if you only have this stuff that's in the kit, then it's perfectly okay to use. The finish, you can still get a nice finish off him. You just have to be quite careful. The kit also comes with some paints and glue and a little brush. This is a starter set as such, or a deluxe edition, whatever they want to call it. But you have your little paints and things like that. But I tend to use them just to top up my own paints, or I use these paints to mix certain colours, which I'll probably do with these ones. So onto the instructions now. And even though this is an older kit, the instructions are quite nicely laid out. So just flipping through the pages here. Here you can see the paint list. So there's quite a lot of paints involved. And of course we have the sprue map as well. I mean, these paints that they give you for it, it's not going to be every single paint that you need for the kit, which I never understand. It's probably down to cost, but there you go. So the first page, it's asking you to make up the hull and build up the cannons. It may not say, well, that's all you have to do on this stage, but there's actually quite a lot of work before I even get to the cannons. I'll be painting the hull and all the little areas on the hull that need all the different colours, so all the plimps and things like that. So it's quite a lot of work to do even before I get to that stage. And as I'm pointing there on the instruction, these are just going to be pressure points in the build themselves. So there's a lot of work to go on before I actually start the build in proper as such. But by the look of it, the instructions are quite nicely laid out. The rigging diagram here is interesting. They're giving you two options. They're giving you a simplified version of it, which is great for beginners. And they're giving you an advanced version of it as well. So if you think, oh, I wouldn't mind tackling it with a full square rigging, for instance. Now, full square rigging, should say, that's when all the sails are out and it's there. And it's all the rigging runs right down the masts and the sails. It can be quite complicated if you've never done something like that. But always give it a go. Don't be afraid to give things a go. So these instructions, they're very detailed, even though it's for an older kit. And the printing on them is quite nice as well, so they're easy to follow. But the biggest gripe is they are bunched in together. They could have been spread out a bit more. On the back page is the actual paint map to the kit. Now, if you're doing something like this, I suggest taking a photograph of this and sticking it on a monitor or something like that, or just downloading the instructions from Revell's website. That way you can have that there on hand instead of having to flip through the instructions all the time. It's a little tip that I use all the time when I'm building my kits. So this is going to be quite a big build. The ship itself is a bit smaller to what I've built in the past, and it's certainly a lot more colourful. So it's going to be very interesting. So I'll go away and prime all this, have a close look at the instructions, and see how I'm going to go about building it. So in the meantime, why don't you check out the channel to see my other builds? There may be something up there that you like, or something you may have wanted to watch but not had the time to. This might be a good time for you. If you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and you'll be kept up to date with all my builds, including this one of course, and all my future builds. Leave a comment, that's really helpful. It lets me know what you guys think and how I can improve things. Hit that like button, and of course don't forget to share the channel. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.